Then I go to the box score this morning. Houston did so many things that were good enough to win. Great field goal percentage. Didn't take a lot of threes, but hit a lot of them. Very good on the glass. Dominate points in the paint. But what about late game execution? That's the NBA playoffs. It was such a classic Warrior playoff win. Draymond's on the floor getting a tee. The game is chippy. Steph's good, but lets a teammate step up and dominate the fourth and Jimmy Butler. And they have always like one young guy. This time it's Pods who plays a key role. But this series has been about who makes the play in the moment. That's the Warriors. And you saw Houston's inexperience on display. Jalen Green, a borderline all-star for them. 0 points in the second half. 3 of 4 games, single digits. And again, they're relying on him. His big game, they won. The 3 he hasn't played well, lost all of them. So Houston's go-to scorers in the fourth quarter, Fred VanVleet and a 22-year-old big. That's it. Their final shot is classic young team trying to win a game, a 15-foot fall away. So I think what makes this more impressive is that basically the Warriors have conceded size and physicality. They're not playing Kuminga. They're barely playing Kayvon Looney. So they're conceding it. Nope, you're going to be bigger, stronger, more athletic, and deeper. But we're going to shoot twice as many threes. And it's not like the Rockets didn't hit their threes. But this is where Pods was so crucial last night. The Warriors always, even in their great teams, there's always a bench guy or a young guy that makes an impact. And Jimmy Butler, like a Wiggins, his team gets tired of him. And then you go to the finals and Wiggins is playing the Celtics and you're like, oh, we wouldn't win the finals without him. And last night in the fourth quarter, it's like, yeah, they don't win the game without Jimmy Butler. And this is how we've talked about this. I can't believe they're doing it. I mean, there's so many advantages for Houston, but this is how the playoffs work. You got to crawl before you walk. So 3 of the Rocket starters are 23 or younger. Well, Colin, what about the bench? Yeah, they go to the bench to a 23-year-old and a 21-year-old.
Oh, my God. Pods is like 22, 23 years old, and he's balling right now. Can we stop? Can we please stop? Listen, I talk all about growth and maturity and how you can't be young and all that type of stuff. But the way how this game unfolded was because of the Warriors' culture. Consistently putting players in positions to succeed and trusting those players. Go look at JJ Redick and that Lakers team and what they did try to win, right? They just played everyone 175 minutes and said, please win, please try your best, please try your best. Please, Luka, please, LeBron, please. Okay? And they couldn't. They fell. This showed the Warriors put players in positions to succeed. And everyone always wants to downplay that aspect of the Warriors. I remember when Nick Wright said, oh, when Pods put up like 28 points, oh, that was an outlier when it was against the Lakers. Like, you can't expect him to do that. Well, the man just did it in game 4 in the playoffs. Okay, opening round. That's what he just did. Oh, you can't trust Buddy Hield. You know, the Sixers didn't even win. Really? Well, the dude's been hitting big shots and was playing lockdown defense. Oh, Draymond Green and his triple single. It's like, really? Well, the dude absolutely balled. Balled. Yes, Draymond Green balled. The only reason why this game was even close was because Draymond Green was in bootleg foul trouble, which is insane. Please tell me how he got a technical there. Even a flagrant foul there. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. I remember, speaking of Lakers fans and Luka fans, when they were crying, oh, Luka got thrown out of the game. Well, they don't do this for Draymond. Well, now in a literal playoff game, they literally tied Draymond's legs together and put one arm behind his back, putting him in foul trouble, a technical, and a flagrant. All in a snap of the finger. And this was not well deserved. This was not a typical Draymond type situation. Not at all. Not at all. And yet the dude was still playing unbelievable defense. Unbelievable defense. And running that offense. And Steph Curry allowing every other player to shine as well. And just being the ultimate decoy. Jimmy Butler hobbling like a 75-year-old man who just got his hip replaced, and yet still balling. 14 in the fourth quarter, knocking every free throw down, muscling up when need be, Dylan Brooks, that works too. Dylan Brooks talking trash. The whole team is trash for the Rockets. I usually don't say things like that, but like the whole team is trash. It's actually hilarious that the Warriors have absolutely owned them for years and years and years. And this Warriors team, Steph, Draymond, bye, bro, bye. Get your life together. Talking trash to players like Steph and Draymond, Van Vliet, Dylan Brooks, Thompson, Green. Like it's like you talk about their youth. It's not just their youth. It's their inability to know how to actually play winning basketball. Them acting like they've done something when they've done nothing. Nothing. That's the difference. It's not just the age. Age is just a number. It's the level of maturity, the culture. The Houston Rockets culture is like, yeah, we're young, we're fast, we're a pretty good team. We're going to talk trash, and we're going to try to bully you. Dylan Brooks constantly trying to foul people, be dirty, trying to hurt Jimmy Butler, trying to hurt Steph's, thumb. Just trash. Everyone thinks they're Draymond Green. Everyone thinks they're tough like Draymond Green. Well, you got to be as great as Draymond Green. And Draymond Green does what he does, and it's based off a source and a foundation of greatness and on a great team. That's why he's got endless rings and you got none. The culture of this Rockets team is just kind of like, yeah, man, we got swagger, we're tough. Yeah, now you're down 3-1. Now you're down 3-1. Because you think it's smart to talk trash to Jimmy Butler. You yell at Steph and say, yeah, you can't win no games without Jimmy Butler. Well, they did. Like, it's just hilarious. Honestly, it's hilarious. I always find it funny when a team talks so much trash and acts so confident when they've done nothing. Literally nothing. Look at Steph Curry, who's done everything. Does he talk that much trash? Draymond Green doesn't even talk that much trash. Steve Kerr talked that much trash. Dude's got like 15 rings. Can't even count how many rings he's got. He's got players. He's got as a head coach, as an assistant coach, as a player. I mean, you can't keep up. I mean, hey, trash talks trash, I guess. And the Warriors let them know what's up. Moody stepping up, Buddy Hield stepping up. Like this was coaching and experience. Did you see how the Warriors came out on defense? Because Steve Kerr got that team ready. Steve Kerr knew, guys, the Rockets are down 2-1. They want to do everything. They're treating this game like they're down 3-0. That this is the final game they play because they know losing this game is devastating. They're going to come out and swing massively. And the Warriors were like, okay, so we are going to play lockdown defense from the jump. And even Reggie Miller, he said something in that game, which was nonsense. Because the Warriors got off to a really strong start. I forget exactly what it was. 7-0, 12-2 run, whatever the heck it was. So, it was a healthy, a very healthy start for the Warriors. And then now it was kind of like a 2-point game, 1 point, it was kind of just in the balance throughout the game. I think in the early first half, this was happening. And Reggie Miller said, man, the Warriors came out strong. And ever since then, it's been all Houston Rockets. And it's like, no, it hasn't been. What are you talking about? And the refs of that game, man, I don't want to talk about the refs. I really don't. But Dylan Brooks causes a whole, scuffle, this whole thing. And the Warriors essentially really do nothing but kind of defend themselves. They don't go over the top. They don't do anything. And yet somehow, after all that, it ends with the Rockets scoring a free throw. Do you know how insane that is? Draymond Green doing nothing. Gets a technical. The one play where they I think the Warrior, or I forget who, I think actually the Rockets challenge it. And they claim that Steph Curry pushed him into Jimmy Butler? Like, are we insane right now? I mean, it's utter insanity. And the way how that first half went, like even Reggie Miller was like, "This is such a messy game." Like it's like there's no flow to it now because of all the stoppage, all the reviews. I mean, it was, and like I'm all for the physical basketball. Like I love the physical basketball. I love the chippiness. I make fun of the trash talk, but I'm like, all right, bring it on, man. But just like just know when you lose, I'm gonna rip you for it because you look like a fool. You look like a clown when you talk trash and you lose. You just look foolish, especially when you're talking trash to a team like the Golden State Warriors, a dynasty. Just stupid. But like, what was that? And they almost ruined the game by having Draymond Green off the court. I mean, insane. And then, yeah, you do have Steve Kerr pulling all the strings. All the strings. Everyone's stepping up in this game. Everyone. Post. I mean, they all got after it. Look at Draymond Green's plus 17. Oh, but he had a triple single. Only had 6 points, 2 assists, and 8 rebounds. It's almost like basketball is more than just the box score. Go figure. Go figure. Moody hitting a big 3. GP playing great defense. Man, this was a masterclass. This was a masterclass. And you could see how composed this Golden State Warriors team and how uncomfortable Thompson was, Brooks was, Şengün was, Van Vliet, Green, Eason. I think that Eason is the one who fell into Jimmy Butler or something. And they were like, oh, Steph Curry pushed him. Okay. Whatever, right. His hand, little old Steph Curry. Like, listen, dude, your hands are always touching another player like that. Like, you're always kind of, like, feeling another player. But, like, Steph Curry's just hand was just kind of, like, like, on the body, like, gently. Like, which, again, you're always doing in basketball. You're always feeling. And he goes flying. He just, like, lands on top of Jimmy Butler. And they're like, oh, Steph pushed him. And then I think they ended up shooting on that. Well, I just, oh, gosh. There were so many bizarre things in that game. I couldn't even keep track. I was watching it, and I was like, oh, okay, I got to remember to talk about this. And then another thing happened. I was like, oh, man, I got to remember to talk about this. I mean, like, there was like 5 or 6 moments with the refereeing that I'm just like, and again, it feels so generic talking about the refs. Like, you're just like, dude, come on. You know refs are going to be bad. You know you're going to have some bad calls. I mean, they had 31 free throws, the Rockets, to the Warriors 22. It's still amazing. Steph barely goes to the line. That is pretty remarkable. But this game was all about the Golden State Warriors. Don't make it about the youth of the Houston Rockets. This was Jimmy Butler muscling up, showing his heart. This shows the genius and the greatness of Steve Kerr, despite what random media people want to say about him not being a great coach. Or that, oh, well, he only won because of, because of Steph and this and that. Kuminga. Okay. This was an awesome game. And it really is funny to do this to a team like the Houston Rockets. They were feeling themselves. They were feeling so good. They were going to take over. Their dynasty starts today. We're the tough team. Yeah, well, you just got out-manned, out-toughed, and beat up by the Golden State Warriors. You know, the fast finesse team. You know, the old geriatric team. Yeah. Made you look like a bunch of fools. That's just reality. That's just the reality. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Golden State Warriors beating the Houston Rockets? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.